Steel never truly dies. In this vast graveyard of rusted metal and forgotten machines, a journey of powerful rebirth is about to begin at the factory. What looks like waste is actually a treasure trove of raw materials. Hidden beneath layers of rust lies the potential for greatness and unyielding structural strength. We witness the transformation from cold, dead iron to a liquid fire. This is the heart of the megamill, where the cycle of life begins again. The machines wake up, vibrating with the energy of 1,000,000 tons. Every gear and piston works in harmony to drive this incredible industrial process forward. Standing as a titan of industry, this facility operates around the clock. It is a beacon of human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of modern progress. The power of magnetism leads the way. Tons of iron are plucked from the earth like toys, ready to be processed and refined for their next life. Every piece of scrap is a building block for the future. The scale of operation here is truly staggering, handled with precision by heavy industrial machinery. To rebuild, we must first break down. The shredder turns massive sections of steel into bite-sized pieces, preparing them for the intense heat of the furnace. A steady stream of raw potential moves toward the heat. This rhythmic flow is the heartbeat of the plant, ensuring the furnaces are never left hungry. Efficiency is the rule here. Every second, hundreds of pounds of metal travel along these belts, destined for a transformation that will change their very nature. Only the purest steel can make the cut. Advanced robotic systems act as guardians, removing any impurities to ensure the final product meets the highest standards. The sorting is complete. Now the heavy lifting begins as the charging buckets are filled to the brim. Am I ready to face the extreme heat ahead? The gates of the inferno open. 3 massive electrodes descend into the furnace, carrying enough electricity to power a small city into a single point. Lightning captured in a box, the electric arc creates a storm of energy, tearing through the metal and turning solid steel into a boiling liquid pool. At 1500 degrees Celsius, the past is forgotten. The intense heat liquefies everything, creating a uniform sea of molten iron that glows with blinding light. Human skill meets mechanical power. Experts monitor the chemistry of the melt, ensuring that the composition of the steel is perfect for its intended construction use. The pour is a spectacle of fire and light. Thousands of tons of liquid steel cascade into the ladle, releasing a shower of golden sparks everywhere. The liquid sun travels through the workshop. This molten cargo is the lifeblood of the factory, moving toward the next phase of its incredible transformation. The flow is controlled with extreme precision. As the steel leaves the ladle, it begins its journey into the molds that will give it shape. A battle between fire and water. Intense cooling sprays harden the outer shell of the steel, beginning the process of turning liquid into a solid. The billet emerges, a glowing ribbon of potential. It is now a solid object, ready to be stretched and squeezed into its final industrial form. Precision at high temperature. Hydrogen torches slice through the hot metal with ease, creating uniform sections of steel that are ready for the rolling mills. Every piece is tracked and recorded. Identity is forged in heat, ensuring that every beam of steel can be traced back to its origin in the mill. Now comes the pressure. The billet enters the rolling mill, where massive rollers will exert thousands of tons of force to flatten and shape the metal. Watch as the steel yields to the machine. Under incredible pressure, the metal becomes plastic, flowing and stretching into the iconic shapes used in modern skyscrapers. Hissing steam fills the air as the surface is cleaned. This process removes impurities and scales, ensuring a smooth and perfect finish for the final beam. Speed and power combined. The steel moves faster and faster as it gets thinner, a glowing arrow of metal traveling through the heart of the machinery. The engineering behind this is monumental. Every component is built to withstand extreme heat and pressure, working tirelessly to shape the world's most vital material. The transformation is nearly complete. As the beams settle on the cooling bed, they find their permanent strength, ready to support the weight of the world. Precision is our promise. Laser sensors verify every millimeter of the beam, while ensuring it meets the strict tolerances required for safe and stable construction projects. A forest of steel stands ready. These finished products are the result of hours of intense heat and pressure, now waiting to build the future. The logistics of scale are in motion. Huge cranes move these heavy loads with ease, loading them onto trucks and trains for their final destination. From this factory, the steel heads out to change the skyline. Every truck carries a piece of the future, born from the remnants of the past. The cycle comes full circle. What was once scrap metal in a yard is now the skeleton of a giant, standing tall against the wind and time. The journey of steel is eternal. In this cycle of heat and rebirth, we find the strength to build a better, more resilient world for everyone. Behind every ton of steel is the human spirit. Our dedication to craftsmanship and safety ensures that every beam produced here is a mark of quality. The removal of impurities is a constant process. We peel away the waste to reveal the pure metal beneath, the essence of strength and durability. Science and alchemy combined. By adding precise amounts of alloys, we tailor the steel's properties to meet the specific needs of modern engineering and design. Mechanical precision is required at every step. The mold must be perfectly aligned to ensure the steel billet is formed without any flaws or cracks. The heat is palpable. Even from a distance, the energy radiating from the cooling steel is a reminder of the massive forces at work inside this mill. At the microscopic level, the steel is finding its new structure. This internal arrangement of atoms is what gives the metal its legendary toughness and strength. Final adjustments are made with power and precision. The saws cut through the toughened steel as if it were butter, preparing the beams for the construction site. Data drives the process, while every degree of temperature is monitored by advanced computers to ensure the cooling process happens at the exact rate needed for maximum strength. This is a symphony of industry. The roar of the machines and the heat of the steel create an environment of constant motion and incredible production capacity. The human touch remains essential. Skilled operators manage the complex systems that keep the factory running smoothly, day in and day out, without fail. If the metal cools too much, we bring the heat back. The reheating furnace ensures the steel is at the perfect temperature for the final rolling stages. The first pass is the most violent. Massive rollers grip the hot metal, forcing it to change shape and begin its transformation into a construction beam. Pressure from all sides. Vertical and horizontal rollers work together to define the flanges and the web of the beam with absolute geometric accuracy. Even in this harsh environment, there is beauty. The interaction of water, light, and steel creates a momentary spectacle amidst the heavy industrial work. The heavy lifting continues. Dozens of beams are moved at once, showcasing the incredible efficiency and scale of our material handling systems in the plant. We look beneath the surface. Ultrasonic testing ensures that there are no hidden flaws inside the steel, guaranteeing the safety of the structures it will support. We care for our environment. Advanced filtration systems capture dust and emissions, making our steel production as clean and sustainable as the modern world demands. The seal of approval. This simple mark represents hours of hard work and rigorous testing, signaling that the steel is ready for the world's toughest jobs. A silent army of steel. Thousands of tons of material are ready for shipment, representing the culmination of a journey that began in a scrap pile. Railways and roads carry our progress. The logistics network ensures that our steel reaches every corner of the globe to build the infrastructure of tomorrow, connecting the world through metal. This steel will become bridges, stadiums, and homes, providing the foundation for human life and economic growth in every city. The final bond. On the construction site, our steel is joined together to create the skeletons of the buildings that define our modern era in civilization. A new day, a new beginning. The factory never stops, constantly recycling the old to create the new in a never-ending cycle of industrial rebirth. From vision to reality, architects and engineers rely on our steel to bring their most ambitious designs to life, pushing the boundaries of what is possible. The rhythm of production. Every movement in the factory is choreographed for maximum efficiency, ensuring that the journey of steel never faces a delay. Quality starts in the lab, and that we analyze every batch of steel at the molecular level to ensure it has the perfect balance of carbon and alloys. The heat is released. Opening the furnace is a moment of raw power, as the molten treasure is revealed to the world after its trial by fire. At the fingertips of the operator lies the power of 1,000,000 tons. The complex control systems allow for precise adjustments to every stage of rolling. Perfectly straight, perfectly strong. The straightening machine ensures that every beam is true to its form, ready for precision assembly at the building site. The digital twin of steel. Every beam has a record, providing total transparency and peace of mind for the engineers who will use it in their projects. A cathedral of industry. The scale and light of the factory remind us of the incredible human achievement involved in the production of modern structural steel. The journey continues. As the trucks leave the yard, Nayar Steel begins its final trek to become part of the world's most impressive architectural landmarks. The resource is limitless. As long as there is steel to recycle, we can continue to build without depleting our planet's precious natural iron ore resources. A shift well worked. The pride of the steel workers is the foundation of our quality as they dedicate their lives to the craft of making metal. The cooling towers breathe. This iconic site of heavy industry is a symbol of the massive energy transfer that takes place to create our world's skeleton. The finished beauty of steel. Cold, hard, and dependable, it is the most recycled material on Earth, proving that strength can be sustainable and beautiful. Look around you. The world we live in is held up by the steel born in the fire of the mega mill, a testament to industrial power, a sustainable future. By recycling steel, we reduce energy consumption and protect the environment, ensuring that progress in nature can coexist in harmony for generations. The bridge to tomorrow. From scrap metal to a majestic structure, the journey of steel is a story of transformation, resilience, and the power of human will. Harnessing the fire, shaping the future. The rebirth of steel is our mission, turning the remnants of yesterday into the monuments of a bright new world.